Are you struggling with several problems in your life? Maybe you have relationship issues, work-related problems, or a financial crisis. All of us have problems, and not long ago I have realized something which is still on my mind, and in this video I would like to share with you. I hope that video will help you to change your perspective regarding your problems and turn into another way which will be more beneficial for you, and hopefully it can help you to solve your current problem. In the last couple of years, a lot of personal things happened with me, like we have established our first business and we also purchased our first home with my girlfriend. All of these goals resulted constant stress and anxiety because I was afraid what will happen if something is not going according to my plans. Questions raised in my head all the time, and in the end it was also caused hurt concern on me. At the worst point, I was always afraid of getting into hospital because I will have a heart attack or something other serious health condition. I have also experienced a few panic attacks which were terrifying, and also I started to question my own consciousness. I was really on the edge, and one day I started to read a book from the author Ryan Holiday which is called Obstacle is the Way, and one simple sentence just catch my attention. The problems are not real problems, but the perception what makes them to a problem. In this book, the author writes about the famous Japanese sword master and philosopher Miyamoto Musashi, who separated two different eyes. He said that we have a perceiving eye and an observing eye. The both work together, but one always gets more space in the spotlight, and we are the only one who can decide which will be revealed. So what are the meanings of these eyes? The perceiving eye stands for the weakness, as Miyamoto said. It sees more than what it really is, as it can see countless obstacles, issues, and major setbacks. On the other hand, the observing eye is strong, as it can see the things as they really are, nothing more, nothing less. Observing means that you are excluding you from the picture. The observing eye sees everything as they really are, without adding our own comments and thoughts. Reading this chapter in the book opened up my eyes drastically. I have realized that all the things what happened with me were not real problems, not at all. The problem was me, as I enlarged everything, and I was a control maniac who was afraid of anything which didn't happen the way I imagined. And in this case, my perception was the problem, and not the things what I have considered as a problem. This realization changed my life, and since then I always try to make sure that I don't let my perceiving eye stay in the spotlight for too long. And you know what is the best thing? That my conclusion finally led me to slowly disappear my hurt concerns. Everything becomes easier when you finally able to let go the things and acknowledge the fact that you can't control everything, and you don't need to add your personal opinion and thoughts to every single object or person. Now the question is, how can you learn from my mistake and finally solve your current problems? Well, you have to do what I did and finally see the world through your observing eye. Now let's see a couple of examples what I mean by that. Maybe at the moment you have a rude boss and you are considering to leave your workplace anytime. You are always complaining about your boss' behavior and you can't stand even a single minute with them in the same room. If you start to feel such a negative emotions regarding your relationship at your workplace, it's quite sure that you are watching the world through your perceiving eye. In this situation, it's worth to change your perspective and start to see the world through your observing eye. Yes, maybe your boss is a rude person, maybe it's hard to work with them and they are constantly challenging you. Trust me, I know exactly these kind of feelings, as I had the same boss in my recent years, and I know how hard it can be to work with a person like them. But still, you can learn from these kind of situations. First of all, you can learn to deal with a person with a difficult nature. Secondly, there will be a perfect example in front of your eyes every day how you don't want to live your life. Moreover, the constant challenges that you have received from them can help you to push your limitations a bit further every time. Now let's see another example which is a common thing and nearly all of us experiencing at some point in our life, and this is breakup. Breakups are especially difficult, and scientists already proved that the effect of breaking up with someone can be nearly the same like giving up using some kind of addictive substances. When you are breaking up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you might start to feel that this is the end of the world. It's like losing a piece of you and you can't understand how these things happen with you. You can't find your place in the world and you will become demotivated. And nothing will bring joy to you for an unknown period of time. Even worse, you start to blame yourself and drown in the self-pity. In this case, we start to use our perceiving eye for months, and we are not questioning if it is true or not what we are feeling. We acknowledge the fact that this is the way how we feel at the moment, and anytime something bad happens with us, it can be self-justifying for our feelings. Now let's see what can happen if you let your observing eye check what happened. You are going through a breakup, and if you think about it, something clearly went wrong if your relationship ended like this. You need to acknowledge the fact that this is just a breakup, nothing more, nothing less, and you are not the only one who is experiencing the aftermaths of it. On the other hand, when you are breaking up with someone, a lot of energy is releasing, and you are the only one who can decide how you would like to utilize it. In this case, it's worth to start to collect the positive side effects of your breakup. You will have more free time, you finally can make your own decisions, and you don't have to do things what you don't want to do anyway. You will have time to try anything what you have never tried before. You can pick up new hobbies, or you can spend more time with your friends. It's up to you how to utilize your time. In a breakup, if you let your observing eye step into the spotlight, I guarantee that it will result a stronger and more conscious version of yourself. All in all, there is no reason for the self-pity. Instead, stand up, rise, and prove to your ex how much they lost. Let's move to another example, which can be the financial crisis in our life. When money is scarce, everything becomes difficult. Scientists have already proven that until a point money can truly buy happiness, and it is also not rare that families are arguing with each other because they can't cope with the situation that they don't have enough money. In such a situation, our perceiving eye can see way more problems than they are, and in the end there is a chance that we will fall to the trap of negativity. We will blame everything in the world, that why we weren't so lucky to inherit a big fortune, or why we have a job what we hate and not paying enough money for us. We won't notice the financial mistakes what we make, as we strongly believe that the problem is not us, but rather the society, as it won't let us get more money. We tend to feel that we are in a situation where we are not able to break out, and we start to accept this slowly with bittersweet. Certainly, we don't need to accept our fate, and if we use our observing eye, all kind of obstacles will be disappeared and solutions start to reveal themselves regarding our finances. First of all, our observing eye will accept the fact that at the moment we don't have too much money. This is what it is, and there is no reason to spend more time with this kind of fact and start to analyze why we are in a situation like this. Instead of blaming the world, let's start to take actions. First of all, you can start to identify what caused the problems at the moment. Did you lose your job? Then let's start to look for another with a higher payment than your previous one. Do you have too many debts? Let's save a certain amount of money month by month and pay your debts back quicker. Do you feel that you don't have enough income? Consider finding a second job or start your own side hustle. Fortunately, it is easier than ever to start your online business, and gladly there are countless educational materials on the internet which can help you how to set up your online store, how you can market it, how you can find profitable products, and so on. None of the last, you can also analyze your expenses. Figure out where you spend the most and try to cut it back. This will help you to free up a decent amount of money, which can help you to set up your emergency fund or pay back your debts quicker. Did you notice the difference? Your perceiving eye sees constantly obstacles and problems filled with your past emotions and experiences. Meanwhile, your observing eye is fact-driven, and this is what you need exactly when you would like to take the right actions and finally solve your financial crisis. By the end of this video, let me add something to this topic. There are real problems in life which can be very serious, like risking our health, but still, in these kind of difficult situations, observing eye can be on our side. On the other hand, you need to understand that the common everyday problems are not real problems. We perceive them as problems, but I am quite sure that in the past you experienced a situation where you had some difficulties, but after you solved them, you realized that that was not a big deal. Moreover, time often justifies that if we see something as a problem in the present, it will serve our development in the future. Like financial crisis will make us more conscious about money, meanwhile breakups can help us to shape ourselves into a better and more conscious version of ourselves. Life is quite simple if we won't complicate it and we won't attribute more to the things as they really are. I hope this video will help you to change your perspective regarding your current problem, and you might start to live a bit differently as you will start to see the world through your observing eye. So that was all for today. I hope this video will help you to solve your current problems and will provide you value. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe, share my videos, and see you next time.